Good morning, you're watching Chartbusters. It's been a good start to the first day of FY22. The mid-caps doing well. I'm Mangla Malu, with me Nigel D'Souza. But let's talk about Piramal Enterprises. Higher in trade after its arm Piramal Pharma acquired a 100% stake in Hemmo Pharma for about 780 odd crores. This acquisition came in yesterday, but a lot is yet to be discovered. Nisha Poddar caught up with Nandhini Piramal, the executive director of the company, to talk about the details, the strategic intent behind this acquisition. Listen in.
This offers us peptides, which is a hard to make capability, and we don't have the expertise. So this acquisition will give us the expertise to make peptides, which are used in oncology as well as diabetes and obesity drugs. Majority of these peptides are injectables, and this will allow us to integrate with our injectable facility in Lexington, Kentucky. So for us, it gives us one more offering that we can add to our clients.
Right. In terms of numbers then, what is the near-term and medium-term goal with this particular acquisition in terms of profitability improvement as well as revenue stream improvement, and how will it be EPS accretive from when?
So this was a single proprietor facility, and we believe that we can increase sales by offering this peptide capability to our customers, which are both innovators and biotechs as well as generic companies. We have a 30-person sales force that sells across the world. So it allows us to put this company and this offering in front of many, many more clients. Peptides are very hard to make, and they've been a very fast-growing section of the API market. And we think that both we can improve profitability by adding in a lot of revenue synergy as well as cost synergy and applying the fixed costs across our existing businesses. So for the benefit we like is that this is located in Turbe, which is very close to Mumbai, and it's part of the Mumbai metropolitan region, and will allow us to actually integrate it much easier.
All right. In terms of numbers, if you can throw some numbers in terms of what is the profitability expansion and the revenue expansion, and also the timeline that you're looking at achieving it.
So the last year sales were 85 crores in 1920, and we expect that we can grow this by 4 or 5 times in the next 4 or 5 years. So we have plans to expand it and to build more capabilities as well.
All right. In terms of the acquisition price, you have paid 775 crore rupees, and this comes to 8 times the sales. How did you come to this particular valuation, and how does it make sense in the larger scheme of things to justify this transaction at these valuations?
See, one of the things that we think about is for the last 8 years, we've done 15 acquisitions. We've seen that when we buy, single kind of owner facilities, we can apply our expertise as well as our sales development capabilities to really increase sales. We did that with our facility in Riverview, Michigan, and we've seen a huge amount increase in sales. So the way we look at it, we buy a facility, we spend time, upgrading it, we spend time expanding it, and then we've seen customers then want to come to us and to, invest more. So I think that's the playbook that we've done. When we, worked with Carlyle, they believed in that playbook, and that's we wanted a like-minded partner to help us do these things.
All right. And in terms of the earnouts that you have mentioned, can you give more color on that? That what is this earnout? Are you going to share the profits going forward? What is the timeline? And what are these performance matrices on which it is based?
I think what we were looking for with Carlyle was the ability to do both organic and inorganic growth. And I think we'll see that happen. So this is our 3rd acquisition this year. We did one Sellersville plant in Pennsylvania, the US. We completed taking over control of our JV with Naveen Fluorine, and we've added this. So I think we'll continue to see more acquisitions, and we'll continue to see how to grow both organically and inorganically.
No, with reference to this particular acquisition, you also have an earn-out component. How large is this, is what I wanted to understand, and over what time?
So I think, no, I'm just saying that our acquisitions were always part of the strategy, Nisha. We were always looking to do acquisitions, and what we wanted from Carlyle was the ability to do both organic and inorganic growth. So one of the big reasons why we actually raised money from Carlyle was to do the acquisitions.
All right. In terms of funding this particular acquisition, how are you going to do that?
So we actually, as part of Carlyle, when we got the equity infusion in, we reduced our Indian debt to very, very low amounts because we didn't want to keep money just in fixed deposits. But we have now the capability to raise money in India, and so we will do that.
And going forward, which are the areas of acquisition that you'll be eyeing?
So we're always looking for capabilities in the pharma solutions business that we don't have. We will look at OTC brands, and we will, as we said, if we find the right asset at the right price, we look at acquisitions in the domestic formulations.
Well, that was management of Piramal Pharma, but for the time being, I think we should focus on the markets. We have come off the high point of the day. We started off well in the green, and a few stocks should come up for you. You have Cipla that slipped a little bit. You have Mahindra and Mahindra as well that's moved a little bit lower, so that stock as well comes up for you in the screen. But the market slips when a couple of larger names as well move lower, and Hindustan Unilever and HDFC Bank, both of them should come up for you. They have slipped from the top, and that explains why. Currently, the Nifty is sitting with a gain of around 55-60 points odd. That compares with around the 100-120 point gain that we saw at the start of trade. I think one more stock should come off for you, TCS. TCS was holding with a gain of more than 1%. Now that as well has come off the top, so that stock comes up for you on the screen. Well, we'll slip into a short break on that note, but when you come back, we'll get you a technical check on the markets. You stay with us.
बीते कुछ महीनों में हर सपने को लोगों के सवालों ने घेरा है। खुद का घर,
नया स्टोर,
जॉब के साथ MBA,
एक और फैक्ट्री। इन सारे सवालों के बीच सिर्फ एक आवाज को चुनो, सपनों की सुनो।
सपनों की सुनो, सपनों की।
और आपके हर सपने और लोन्स की जरूरत के लिए है आदित्य बिरला फाइनेंस।
So as of now, transacting in cryptocurrencies is generally legal. There is no ban on holding them or transferring them, but there are gray areas which come about when you're doing cross-border transactions in them, so you should obtain legal advice in that regard.
Wazirex and CNBC TV 18 present